The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. J.C.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. I tell you what, the real host is getting ready to come on in a minute. But I tell you what, I see Tom in the studio. Let's get this party started.
Are y'all ready for the show? Are y'all ready for the show? It's your life with Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right.
Hello.
It's that show.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And as you already know, Tuesday, the link is what you think. And one of the world's greatest doctors, actually, we got two of the world's greatest doctors on today, but my co-host, Dr. Michael Mantell, has done it again. He has brought back another absolutely wonderful sensation, great doctor that's doing great things in the world. How you doing, Dr. Michael Mantell?
Doing great. What a lovely season of the year. We are finally getting some rain here in San Diego, and wish you and Michelle well. Health above all, especially during this holiday season.
Health, that's the most important thing. I believe that if you have health, you got greatness, regardless of what the situation that you might be in. So I don't think that we should take that for granted.
No.
And our guest today has been on the show several times. Always bring a wealth of knowledge, especially when you're integrating lifestyles, medicine into your workday, and primarily doctors and patients as well. That is so important. So I am so happy to have this great doctor back on. Dr. Michael Mantell, can you do the intro? Because Michelle is not here today.
Yeah.
Can you tell the world about this great doctor?
Wow, it's a privilege. I was talking to him before we started, and I said, it's truly an honor. And we throw that word honor around like, but this is really, truly an honor. This guy is phenomenal. Dr. Richard Safir is a highly respected leader in the employee health and well-being field. He's been featured by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and he's been quoted in the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, Fortune Magazine, the list goes on. Not too many physicians I know can claim that. He currently serves as a chief medical director of employee health and well-being for not only the greatest, but the Johns Hopkins Medicine, where he leads the Healthy at Hopkins Employee Health and Well-Being Strategy. He's the author of a book I love. It came out a couple of years ago, and it's as current today as it ever was, called A Cure for the Common Company, a well-being prescription for a happier, healthier, and more resilient workforce. He's board certified in 3 medical specialties and a fellow in 3 medical colleges, and has been recognized by a former Maryland governor for his contribution to the state public health system. Let's welcome back Dr. Richard Safir.
Thanks, guys. I like the sound effects. Very clever.
Yes.
How you doing, Dr. Sophia? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy holidays, guys. It's good to see you again.
It's always a pleasure having you on the show because the wealth of knowledge and what Dr. Michael Mantell just talked about. That's only a third of what this great doctor is doing and certification as well. So for the people that are tuning in for the first time, Dr. Sophia, can you tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about you, where you grew up,
Sure.
what made you click, why are you so passionate about what you do?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I grew up in Buffalo, New York. I still root for the Buffalo Bills, but I also root for the Baltimore Ravens because we live in Maryland and I wanted my kids to grow up loving their own home team. Fast forward to when I finished my medical residency and I was in private family practice seeing patients every 15 minutes. And it was a little bit frustrating because I didn't have the time to spend with them to help them understand what they could do to help themselves. I really only had enough time to write a prescription or order a test. And my patients were also frustrated because they wanted more time to learn about their issues and they had to run back to their office, back to work. I put the two together and I realized, most working adults are spending almost 2,000 hours a year in the workplace. That's where I need to be. That's where I can make my difference. And so I moved my way through my career and I've been at Johns Hopkins Medicine for more than 10 years now. And I help support the health and well-being of almost 35,000 employees.
That's very impressive indeed, especially at an institution as esteemed as Johns Hopkins. So let's dive in. I know that Forbes magazine and many others have reported that the workplace is a source of unhappiness, let's even say illness, and that more than half of the US workforce is unhappy. What's going on? How do you understand that?
Yeah, there's this relationship. We have to work, and therefore most people go and find a job. There are some people who work for themselves, which bring their own stressors. But for those who are employed, you create a dynamic where you're dependent on a paycheck and you give the employer your talent and your time. Now, there's that relationship, and there are multiple relationships in the workplace. And all of these relationships can weigh on you, just like your relationships outside of work. Sometimes we have good relationships and they help us feel happy and healthy and well. And sometimes our relationships are not so well. And unfortunately, too many people have unhealthy relationships with their workplace, with their manager, with their employer. And a large part of that, Michael, is stress. Most Americans say that their primary source of their stress is from their job. And so it all kind of comes together to cause problems when we're under this kind of stress over a long period of time. And most of us are working most of our life. So there's the recipe for problems.
And we know what stress does to us physiologically,
Yeah.
and how harmful it is to our gut, to our heart, blood pressure, and so forth and so on. So you wrote a book a couple of years ago called A Cure for the Common Company. Phenomenal title. I love it.
Thanks.
I quote it a lot. Tell us, what is the cure for the common company?
Well, there's a foundation for the cure, a blueprint, and every company has to kind of just tailor it a little bit. The blueprint consists of 6 pillars, 6 building blocks. And I think it's worth just highlighting the 6.
Absolutely.
Because
let's go through it.
if any of your listeners either work themselves or have someone in their life who works, these are things that we don't think about too often. The first is leadership. How do our leaders impact our well-being? Our second is our peers, our coworkers. How do the people we work next to impact our well-being? And the third is norms. Now, norms are the accepted and expected behaviors of a group of people. When you go into a workplace, there are norms happening that you may not even recognize. How does the group work? Does the group stop work at 5 o'clock, or does the group sometimes stay until 6 and after dinner they send emails? The fourth building block is social climate. The social climate is the morale. It's are we working in a positive work environment? Do we feel like we belong to a team, like this sense of belonging? Are we appreciated? Do people say nice things to each other, practicing kindness? The fifth building block is something called culture connection points. And these are the levers that we use throughout the day that influence our choices. There's a dozen of them. I'm only going to mention 2. One are benefits. People are used to benefits like our health insurance. And another is policies. Is there a policy to take a lunch break? And then if there is a lunch break, do people actually take a break? The 6th building block is the shared values. Shared values are values that were adopted by not just the management, but also a representation of the workforce. Too often, values are handed down from leadership with no input from the workforce. And as a result, most of the time, those values...
Hey, Dr. Spear,
Yes.
We're going to take a station break, but let's get back on the 6th. When we come back, can you go
yes,
over all
I got
of
excited.
in detail?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so we want to go over all of them in detail. I'll tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, was you watching us on E360 television, Roku TV, Apple TV, Rumble, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and over 84 other platforms, including the radio. If you want to be part of this conversation, just go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any question that you might, or I'll make it easy for you. Just pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Remember, the link is what you think, and it's your life. And we'll see you shortly after the break.
That's right. It's Dr. James. You're lucky with Dr. JC. Hey, it's your life with Dr. James JC Cooley. That's right. It's Dr. James JC Cooley. It's your life show. Dr. James.
Looking to advance your education or career while staying true to your Christian faith? At Viridian Christian University, we make higher education affordable, flexible, and accessible wherever you are, cultivating a vibrant learning community where faith and knowledge converge, preparing graduates to fulfill their life's purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, doctorate, or honorary degree, Viridian's 100% online programs can fit your lifestyle. Study on your schedule from your home, office, or anywhere without compromising quality or values. With affordable tuition and programs in Christian leadership, business, and theology, Viridian will equip you to lead with purpose in a changing world. Go to ViridianChristianUniversity.com and see how you can join our global fellowship of faith-driven leaders, online and affordable. To learn more and apply, visit ViridianChristianUniversity.com. Viridian Christian University, a unique and dynamic environment for success, empowering leaders of faith.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what.
Are y'all ready?
The dancing never stops.
Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and with my partner and co-host, Dr. Michael Mantell. Yeah, sir. I just hold on. I gotta salute you. You've done it again, and you brought our great friend, Dr. Saphir, back on the show. And you know what? He is putting it out there because, in case you just tuning in to the show, what we're talking about integrating lifestyle medicines into your work day. And not just with the doctors, but with the patients, with everything. Everybody had to be on the same sheet of music. And these two great doctors that I have here today, I tell you what, you sit back. Todd probably, if he was, I don't know if that's Todd or not, but Todd probably already grabbed him about 5-6 bags of popcorn and sitting back just going through it. So if you want to be part of this conversation, just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer, or you can pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344-1170. Turn it back over to you, Dr. Michael.
Okay. So, Dr. Saphir, when organizations design work environments that honor both the inner lives of people and, of course, the outcomes they seek, then what I would call mind-work coherence becomes a competitive advantage, driving excellence, trust, and sustainable excellence. So we were talking about these building blocks, and you started to talk about the sixth. You became very excited about that, and then we had to go to break. Let's come back and talk about the sixth one, and then I want to talk about how that braids into what we understand as the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine. So review the 6th building block again.
Yeah.
The organization you're talking about.
Yeah. So for our listeners, there are 6 building blocks to create a well-being culture at work, and there are 6 building blocks that encompass lifestyle medicine. And it looks like Dr. Mantell is going to bring them together in a minute. So the 6th building block that I was talking about is shared values. It's really the values that drive an organization's decisions. And really, my only point is, check the values of your workplace, because if they're all about profit and efficiency and outcomes, and there's nothing about a value of kindness and a value of teamwork, then that may be a recipe for an unhealthy workplace.
Yeah. So we use the phrase lifestyle medicine. It's actually an official title today in medical care. The American College of Lifestyle Medicine is gaining traction. Many people listening may have heard it, but they don't really understand what it is. Can you go through the 6 pillars of the ACLM for us?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And if you don't mind, I'm actually going to read the definition from the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, what lifestyle medicine is, because it's a little bit long and I don't want to.
That's okay. That's better for us.
Sure. So lifestyle medicine is an evidence-based medical specialty that uses therapeutic lifestyle changes like healthy eating, exercise, good sleep, stress management, social connection, and avoiding risky substances. And to use them to not only prevent chronic disease, but also to treat chronic disease. And this next piece is over the top, Dr. Mantell. It's to reverse chronic disease. Most people don't realize that the choices we make every day could cause bad illnesses, but we can also reverse them through lifestyle medicine. So there's the definition and the 6 pillars right there.
I would borrow from the work of Dr. Apoorv Gupta, who's been on our show and will be back again, and his wonderful organization called A Loving Organization that embedded in these pillars and in the building blocks you're talking about is care, if not love.
Yeah.
Love sounds like a woo-woo term, but when a workplace supports mental and emotional well-being and normalizes practices such as focus and recovery and reflection, and aligns incentives with values, rewards behaviors that reflect values, invites reflection and growth, that organization and the people who work in it are going to be as healthy as can be. Let's talk about how you see integrating lifestyle medicine into an organization such as Hopkins.
So let me first reflect on these two building blocks and where they meet. But then we're going to talk about some examples of how lifestyle medicine plays out, I hope. So at the beginning of the hour, when we introduced today's topic in the workplace, I mentioned relationships a lot. So think about the building blocks for the healthy and well workplace. I started with leadership, your relationship with your manager, and then your relationship with your coworkers. I'm going to stop there. There's other relationships, but if you pick any of those 6 building blocks, let's say sleep, it's one thing to have a webinar that tells you how to get a good night's sleep. It's another thing to recognize that the way your manager treats you could help you have a good night's sleep or a night of insomnia. And then figuring out how to handle that or address it if your manager causes you to sleep poorly. Same thing with your coworkers. So we could go through every one of those healthy behaviors. No matter what New Year's resolution you have, if it's health related, guess what? The people in your workplace, and specifically those you work with most closely, are going to influence whether or not you can keep that New Year's resolution or it's going to fail. And sometimes it'll fail very quickly.
Now, in my work with Dr. Gupta and others, looking at systems and individuals, we talk about how these two come together. Many organizations, many health professionals seem to focus on one or the other.
Yeah.
It's the organization's fault. My manager is keeping me up at night. But actually, it's the way you're thinking about that manager. Now, if the manager was treating you better and was bringing care and all this into the organization, it'd be easier. But what role does the individual play in the way he or she thinks about what's happening at work enter into this?
So we do take both approaches. We do work on systems. So we have infrastructure in place to make it easier to have a healthy workday. And we help individuals so that they can grow in order to achieve the healthy and both emotional and physical and social health that they're seeking in the workplace. I don't want to quantify like whose percentage, but I'll use the example of the manager, of the individual who's not sleeping well because of their manager. You could have 2 people on the same team, same manager, and one's sleeping fine and the other's not. So there's clearly some opportunity for that person to grow. There's also an opportunity for that manager to learn some new skills so that they can manage even better. We can all improve our skill set. Most managers don't even realize how much impact they have on the health and well-being of those they lead. And when they do realize, or when they're informed of this, they want to do well. Most managers do not want to intentionally hurt the people they lead. So I would consider that part of the system. Let's help our leaders learn how to lead while supporting health and well-being.
Oh, so beautifully said. I'm reminded of 2 people who go into a restaurant. One has a nut allergy. The other is fine with nuts. The waiter comes and says, is there any allergies that I should be aware of? Oh, yes, I have a nut allergy. Now, the waiter can say, well, that's your problem. I'm serving nuts. It's up to you not to eat them. Or he can say, oh, okay, well, I won't bring any nuts to the table. The organization has a responsibility to understand that some people make themselves upset about things. I think you're saying it beautifully. So let's move forward. Many workplaces have all kinds of fancy wellness programs and posters and all sorts of experts that come in and talk about wellness. But burnout, disengagement, emotional distress. I have a client right now who's literally suicidal over what's going on at work, despite all the wellness programs that they offer. Chronic disease persists. What's missing in this interaction? Despite all the wellness programs, people are still having difficulties.
Yeah, well-being is more than a program, portal, and prize. It's what you didn't mention there was relationships, Michael.
Right.
I hate to sound like a broken record. And you also didn't mention systems. So I'll go back to this person who has the nut allergy. Both are good solutions. Why not put, this product contains nuts on the menu? We put green leaves on our menus so that our employees and visitors can see which are the healthiest choices.
I tell you what, hold that thought. We got to take a station break. As you already see, our viewers, you got a lot more coming your way. So if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any questions from the chat that you might have, or pick up the phone and dial 1-888-344-1170 again. That's 1-888-344-1170. When we come back, I'm just going to let you know, we're going to talk a little bit about the link is what you think. So, we'll see you shortly after the break.
That's right. Are y'all ready? It's Dr. James JC Cooley. It's your life. That's right. Dr. James JC Cooley.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
The unfiltered truth to provide hope for the future by challenging you to refuse to become a victim of life's circumstance and dare to become an overcomer because a bigger, better, and more impactful life awaits you. Get the new audio version of his book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, by Dr. James Cooley, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
Check it out. It's your life with Dr. James Cooley.
Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to It's Your Life. Welcome back to It's Your Life. And we're sitting here having a conversation with Dr. Richard Sophia. And what we're talking about, just in case you just now tuning in, like Michelle just got back. That means just in case you're just not tuning in, we're talking about integrating lifestyle medicines into your workday. And we got two of the world's best doctors on board to talk about these things. And I tell you, just incredible. The first two segments it's been incredible. And we got a lot more that we're going to talk about. And before we start this next segment, Dr. Michael Mantell, not only is an absolutely great doctor, but a great author. And we always do this segment. The link is what you think. So, Dr. Mike, what you got for us today?
Well, first of all, before we go to this, Dr. Sophia, we've been on for about half an hour or so. Admit it, you haven't seen James dance so strongly as he did when Michelle popped on the screen.
Yeah, I think he was.
Amazing.
I think he was showing off for her.
Michelle, welcome. Glad you're here. You got this guy all batteried up. He's alive. All right. So you know, I've written the book. The link is what you think, and also wrote the original "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff." P.S. It's all small stuff to help people live life better and disturb themselves less. So I opened the book and I opened to page 57, and it's always random. I just open up, and this one is my 5 points on sensitivity. I'll read them quickly. 1. Don't confuse being sensitive to others with weakness. It's actually compassion. 2, sensitive, it only means you have the ability to mean what you say when you say, I understand how you feel. 3, think you're too sensitive? No, it's just that every word and action goes to your heart. 4, when your feelings are hurt, it's not necessarily that you're being too sensitive. It may mean the other person is not at all sensitive. Number 5, other people's feelings mean nothing to you? Be careful. It could mean a whole lot to them. If today's 5 points sparked any possible way for you to live better, then my mission has been accomplished. Please remember, I want you to stay curious, stay kind, and don't sweat the small stuff, because your next mindset shift is just one thought away. Thank you.
Wow. You know, Dr. Michael, I look forward to that on every show, because it ties into what Dr. Sophia is talking about as well. And for some reason, I don't know, you just randomly boom, hit a page, and it seemed to be on topic on pretty much every topic and every doctor that we have on the show.
Because there's no such thing as coincidence.
Hey, Dr. Cooley, since you've been absent, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
And I hope you were listening to us on the way back here.
No, I was actually at the doctor's office, so I couldn't do it.
No, we're gonna turn it back over to Dr. Mike, because
I hope the injections weren't too painful. Remember, we had Dr. Dawkins on with her thimble program, helping people not feel pain with the injections. But in any case, Michelle, I hope the organization you work for can thrive based on what Dr. Sophia has been talking about. You work, Dr. Sophia, you work with large organizations, some of the best in the country on healthcare, without breaking any confidences or confidentiality, if it's possible. Can you share an example where changing culture, not just benefits, led to some measurable improvements in health? A practical example, a story that we can connect with?
Yeah, I'll have to give you the brief story because the full story is, more than an hour long.
No, we don't have time.
Um, we just looked at 6 years of blood pressure data that we gather through screenings that are voluntary. And what we found is in 2019, the blood pressure screening data showed that about 39% of our workforce had a healthy blood pressure reading. And in 2025, 6 years later, it was 69%. So it shot up 30%. And we checked it every year except for 2001 because there was this little thing called a pandemic that got in our way.
Right.
And Michael, that's a result of all of the effort that we put in, not just in those 6 years, but the 6 years before, creating this healthy and well culture where it's easier for people to make a healthy choice because of how we put the building blocks in place.
So if a CEO or a manager is listening right now, and I hope that they are, and they say, okay, you know what, I'm convinced, I want to start integrating lifestyle medicine into our workplace culture, into our organization, where do they begin? How do they start?
So every organization is different. So I don't want anyone to take this literally, but you need to put together a strategy like any other business imperative. This can't be a nice to have. This needs to be part of your work. And so if you're going to be serious about this, you need to get a professional to work with you to put a 3 to 5 year strategy together, because it takes, well, if you're a smaller company, maybe not 3 to 5 years, but if you're anywhere over 500 people, it's going to take you 3 to 5 years to set up the infrastructure and then to deliver lifestyle medicine. So we haven't even talked yet, Michael, about the actual lifestyle medicine in the workplace, because up until now, we've talked about, pieces that make it easier, like the green leaf on the board that tells you what's healthy, or the sign that points you towards the staircase instead of the elevator so you get more movement. So first step is to get a strategic plan in place. That's what the book is about. It offers a blueprint. It doesn't have to be the book, but you got to put something together that you're going to follow over 3 to 5 years.
Let's get into the lifestyle medicine.
Sure.
And talk about that more specifically. I'm going to give you the floor.
Okay, thank you. So, lifestyle medicine, as we discussed earlier, it's a medical specialty. It's been around for 21 years. There are certified lifestyle medicine clinicians. I'm one of them. And the verification is that you know a lot about those 6 building blocks. Now, we put a lot of pieces in place within our culture, but we also offer additional help. We've offered a blood pressure focused lifestyle medicine program for, I think, 5 years now. We just changed it in January of 2025, the format. Essentially, there are a lot of different skills that one could use and strategies that one could use to help lower your blood pressure. And those skills are around the 6 lifestyle medicine building blocks: healthier eating, better sleep, avoiding risky substances, being more socially connected, moving more, and lowering your stress. And we have employees, all voluntary, attend these half-hour sessions. And this year we had 23 different sessions. And then we repeated it first half of the year, second half of the year, so that employees could experience it again if they wanted to join again. Michael, we had some great stories from our participants about how their blood pressure was lowered, how one employee had told us that their blood pressure wasn't under control, and they had been in the ER a couple times, but over the course of this program, they had gone to their doctor and they said their blood pressure was perfect. There's in traditional medicine, there's not enough time and energy being paid to these very critical lifestyle choices that can make a world of difference.
I work with some companies that provide seminars and so forth, Zoom meetings and so forth. One of the employees told me, it's all great, but then I get back into the workplace and the actual work,
Yep.
not much has really changed.
Yeah.
And when I talk about wanting to take more steps during the day, you get looked at like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest? Well, we have about a minute left, I suspect, because here's Dr.
I'm just
Cooley.
going to give you 50 seconds then.
Go ahead.
It's about the well-being culture that you set up before you put in the lifestyle medicine program, Michael. And you need to have those pieces in place so it is easier to take those strategies. And that is not only physical changes in the workplace, that includes training your managers so they know their role. It's training a peer support system so that they're there to help their coworkers. It's actually quite a beautiful salad, a mixed green salad, the strategy that you put together.
Wow. All of this is so interesting. We got to take a station break. But guess what? We got another segment. If you want to be part of this great conversation with Dr. Sophia, Dr. Mantell, Michelle, and I, all you have to do is just go to the comments portion of whichever platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer, or I'll make it easy for you. All you have to do is pick up the phone. Dial 1-888-344-1170. Again, that's 1-888-344. What's the last four number? 1-888-344.
1170.
We'll be back shortly after the break. I'll see you then.
1, 2, 1, 2. It's your life with Dr. James JC Cooley. Yeah. All right. Your life with Dr. James JC Cooley.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James JC Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Generation of leaders and heroes, get your copy of Country Boy, City Boy, a journey that ain't over yet, available on Amazon and everywhere books are sold.
Now hear this. It's your life.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Along with my absolutely fantastic co-host, Dr. Michael Mantell. The link is what you think. And you might want to go out and buy his books. He's gonna tell you shortly how you can get those books. And and Dr. Richard is gonna tell you how you can get his books as well. So I want to open up with I made the announcement because the King authorized me to do that about my installment, and I know you all are watching. What is the King stuff? Yes, our installment over in Agona. Quick Kasara kingdom in Western Africa. I'm one of the kings, sub-kings of the kingdom there. My beautiful wife, Michelle, will be installed as the queen, mother queen of the whole kingdom. This is February 14th. It will be televised. If you guys want to watch it, I make sure that you guys get it. It's a big deal. At least I think it is. But it shows that if you dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do, and you believe in our Lord and Savior, that's whatever that is, whoever you believe in, that just be honest and faithful. I want to get back to this great show that we are having, and Richard, I hope I can call you that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to, I got to do this. I got to have you back on the show soon, if your schedule permit.
Only if you help me loosen up, so I do a little dancing when the music comes on as well.
Well, you got to start watching Dr. Mike. You have to watch Mike a little bit because but we would love to have you back. I think you got a question before we turn it back over to Dr. Mike.
Yes. Dr. Sophia, what is the correlation between lifestyle medicine, integrating that in the workplace, and disease prevention?
So, disease prevention is literally what it sounds like. You never develop diabetes or you never develop heart disease. But lifestyle medicine can be used to also treat those conditions. So you can make appropriate adjustments in your life and your diabetes could get under better control. Or you could even go, if you take enough action, many people can reverse their diabetes so that they no longer need medicine. So the emphasis here is it's not just about prevention. Lifestyle medicine can actually treat or also reverse certain diseases.
Now, you mentioned, just have a follow-up question. You mentioned reverse diabetes, and you may not have to take medicine for diabetes, anymore, or et cetera, but that condition is still there. It's just that you're not dependent on the medicine. Is that an accurate statement?
Well, if someone loses weight and they're no longer obese and they're normal weight, would you call them always obese? No, you would say that they used to have a weight problem. Now they don't. So if they once had diabetes and their blood sugar levels are in a normal range, you could say that they had diabetes, and they're at risk, but I wouldn't call them a diabetic. It's something that is probably not the easiest thing for us to embrace, because whoever thought we would get to the point where there were enough studies to show that we could actually reverse diseases now and talk about them in past tense. Now, it's not it's not easy for everybody. And the longer you have these chronic diseases, the more difficult it is to reverse them. So it's really important that people take the appropriate steps as soon as they learn, before they get a problem, but important even if they learn they're at risk or they're starting to develop it, so they don't get too far down the road.
I love your examples. I wish you were here in San Diego.
I wish I was in San Diego. It's cold here in Baltimore.
Come on out. Let's go. So in terms of lifestyle medicine, we've been talking about, I'm a civilian. I want a doctor who practices this thing that you call lifestyle medicine.
Yes.
I know if my doctor is a lifestyle medicine expert or not. Where do I find this?
Yes. So there are certified clinicians. So I say clinicians because it's not just doctors. You can go to lifestylemedicine.org. I'm typing it in to make sure I've got the, lifestylemedicine.org. We can put those in the show notes. And you can look on the tabs and you can find a directory so you know if they're certified or not.
And so if a physician is a lifestyle medicine practitioner, clinician,
yep,
would they ask about your workplace culture
It's funny that you should mention that, Michael, because I just released an article that I wrote for the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. It was just released like a week or two ago that talked about the importance of clinicians asking a few questions. It's really tough to be a doctor. Now, I'm not excusing doctors, but when you only have a certain amount of time to ask questions, you have to be very choosy about where you focus. But if you're listening today, I would strongly encourage you to think about how your workplace impacts your health, regardless of whether or not your doctor brings it up. I'm telling you, the evidence is there. If you don't address the workplace as part of your strategy to be healthy and well, it will be very difficult for you to live a long and healthy life.
How do you see lifestyle medicine integrating more and more and more into workplaces over the next several years?
So I think it depends on the size of the employer, Michael. Really large employers have more resources, so we can offer more. There's not too many 30 to 35,000 employers. More likely, over time, health insurance companies are going to have a section of clinicians that are going to be under a title called lifestyle medicine, so that when you go to your health insurance portal, you can find those certified clinicians that way. And it's just going to be part of the choices that we make every year about who we're going to see for our care.
One of the questions that I ask, that I suggest every leader ask at the beginning of a meeting, let's start by focusing on what's going right. Tell us what's going right here. Is there a question that I know we have a minute left real quickly, but is there any question that is a burning question you want every leader to ask?
Well, our team meeting, we just met today. We open our team meeting with some well-being exercise. Today, it just happened to be, how are you spending Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, as a way of socially connecting and learning a little bit more about each other. That is so undervalued, the social component of who we work with. So whatever your choice is, I think it's a great idea to put well-being on the team agenda and always start with it so that you make sure you don't run out of time.
Wow, we're out of time. But I want to thank, just like I said, I hope you take us up on coming back on the show. I'd like to thank my great friend and co-host, Dr. Michael Mantell. We did it again. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for writing, putting together everything. She do all the heavy lifting. She just make me and Dr. Mike look good. I'd like to thank our producers, my main producer in San Diego and also Dallas, Todd Pirate. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m.
Ready?
Sometime 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time.
Oh, boy.
Your life.